What up? Happy Thursday. It's another day, a good day to ink some more stuff. By stuff, I mean Shadow Sentry number 3 cover by Allan Goldman, because we're still working on this. But first, I want to show you guys some awesome stuff. So recently, if you go on my website, ericnotowskiart.com, which you see it right there on the little banner on the bottom left, but I didn't put a link in the description, but it's okay. ericnotowskiart.com. I updated the site. You'll find a menu that you can check out. You can download it. But when you go to my Square site, it's basically the store link on the website. I've updated it with all the new Shadow Sentry merch. And so here is just a few, kind of like all the new stuff. But this is Shadow Sentry number 1 with a brand new, it's a virgin variant. And so what I did is I took out, focus. I didn't take them all out, but I lightened the ink lines. And so the cover now has more of like a painterly look to it. So this is the virgin variant. The regular cover, though, has the spot not foil. It has the spot UV, so just the characters kind of shine and pop out there. But it'll focus. It's a little bit less inky, a little more painted. It's just a cool look. So anyway, that is the virgin variant for number 1, issue 1. Boom, boom, boom! All this amazing artwork. Who is this amazing artist? Gosh, he's amazing. There are a few updates. So I edited a few things. The ambulance was missing on the side of the ambulance in the original first printing. So this is the second printing. Just a few little tweaks and stuff, mostly minor dialogue stuff. For book 2, we've got a virgin variant as well. And so I did this. This is actually a page from the book when the Hellborn show up, hot on the scene, ready to take on the Shadow Sentry. But I love this image so much. And I got carbon graphics to kind of do a little tick it up a notch. And so, but this is book 2. This is the action, baby. This is all the cool, fun stuff. Brazen and Bloodbane. Bloodbane with his new awesome look. So here's this. Kind of pages facing each other. We got the Hellborn showing up and the Highborn, the Shadow Sentry over here. So just some cool shots. Yeah, this is quite possibly my favorite. Bloodbane going after Ganon, just some fun stuff. So anyway, that's book 2, the new version variant up on the site. Let me put these over here. Boom, boom, boom. What else we got? The site now has these 2 wonderful looking holographic covers. This is the Kickstarter variant, the holographic. And then we've got Clayton Barton's cover on the holographic. So these are on sale for a limited time. So if you did not pick these up, go check those out. This is my cover, and this is Clayton Barton's. So this is the Origins book, 50 pages as well. But those are the holochrome. Bum, bum, bum. This is still available. This is still a first printing. This is the wraparound cover homage from Cable number 1 by Art T. Bear that I did. That's still available. We've got the black and white Shadow Sentry Origins. Dun, dun, dun. Put this down. So this is the black and white. This is cool. Had to add the blood just because it added a little bit. Originally, I was just going to do black and white on the cover, but couldn't pass up doing this cool stuff. So this is just the inks with the dialogue, but a black and white version. Very cool if you like just seeing the raw inks. I do. I enjoy this kind of stuff. So anyway, this is me inking and finishing Clayton Barton's breakdowns and layouts. Burr, burr, burr. Akira, the Iron Demon. This was a fun one. So lots of cool stuff, man. It was really fun inking over his stuff. Got the Battle Mode Omega with the QR code. Sign up now. And then what else? And then here's the Commander Noble pages that I did. Bow, bow, bow. That was a lot of fun stuff. A lot of cool military taking on the Taliban, blowing people up, maybe cutting off some heads. But so there's that. Dun, dun, dun. So this is up on the site. Sign up for book 3. That link is in the description. Because we're inking this cover by Allan Goldman today. And then last but not least, here's the regular cover for Clayton Barton's. This is perfect bound, 50 pages. This is the regular cover. And then last but not least, Fan Art Friday. If you've been on YouTube, you followed me a little bit of time, you'd know I was doing Fan Art Friday for a while, getting comments from you guys, drawing the characters that you told me to draw, and giving away the art for free. So this is a bunch of stuff that you guys requested. Lots of fun stuff, man. Zero Face. Gave credit to all the people who created them. Some of these are indie, some of these are not. Some of them are games. I did screw up, though. I totally messed up on... Where is he? Etrigan. Where is it? Created by Larry Jack Kirby. Who's that? Larry Jack Kirby. Yep. I like copied this, and so like you're working on one page and you do the the credits, and then I did another page, kind of did it all, and then when I did the credits, I didn't delete everything and I left Larry in there, so I totally screwed that up. So yeah, that's a stupid mistake by myself. I do apologize. But so anyway, this is a fun book. This is some steampunk Star Wars. This is from Drawn and Quartered. So a lot of cool stuff in there. This is Fan Art Friday Volume 1. So that's on there. There are some damaged ones. So if you guys want to pay like a lot less, you can get some damaged copies. Mostly just stuff on the spine, little stuff on the cover, nothing major on the interior. But if you want just a reader copy and you want to at a discounted rate, you can get the damaged deals. So there you go. All right. So without further ado, let's do some inking. We are going to keep working on this bad boy. It's been fun. It's been fun. So last time I was with you guys, we finished off this belt. Dun, dun, dun. So now I think to start, let's work on some little simple stuff. Let's do this. Oh yeah, happy Halloween. It is Halloween today. We are going over a friend's house. They live kind of far away, in the mountains, actually. And they have a cool neighborhood. So we'll be hanging out with them, going trick-or-treating, and just having a fun get-together. Some other families with young kids. It'll be fun. So that's what we're doing. All right. Let's see here. This is not a straight line. In fact, this... whatever. I'm just going to go for it. It's pretty big. It's a big knife. We're going to just kind of continue this on. It's going to get cropped off, so not a big deal, but we're going to go like this. All right, let's get this in here. There we go. Can't get too close because then I can't see, but let's get in there. Let's throw on some music, something in the background here. All right. So I'm gonna this is Let's do some feathering here, but I gotta make room. Move these cards. Do some sketch cards I did. It's from Baki. These two guys. Forget, this guy is Muhammad Ali, and this is some other dude I forget. But anyway, I'm working on some sketch cards for a guy, but we gotta move them out of the way. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna use my crown on those lines over here. All right, so that's that. All right, I'm gonna have to fill in some gaps down here. Cool deal. Let's see what's going on down there. Looks like it's straight black. We're gonna just a little bit. All right, got some big shoelaces on there, man. Some big chunky shoelaces right there. All right, on this knife, we're gonna add some. Let's see here. This is a 10. That might be too chunky. Let's go 5. 5 is like too small. Let's see if my 8 is working. I can never get my 8 working very well, but let's give it a try. Come on. Yeah, it's like, come on, dude. Work. There we go. All right. Just adds a little something, a little extra dimension to it. Sorry, I'm hearing this crazy noise. We got cats. Oh, it's my dog. Nemo, what are you doing? He's like scratching the carpet. What are you doing, dude? What are you doing, man? Where are you at? Where are you? Crazy. Gosh. Crazy dog. He's like in the back corner, like scratching the carpet. Dude. Knock it off, man. Knock it off. Alright, sorry. Alright, let's go to the comments. So. Alright. So real quick, let me fill in these missing laces here. So we got circle, circle. Boop, boop. That one's pretty close. Boop, boop. And then down here. So this goes here. This will be here. So I'm gonna modify this just a little bit because he's got the laces. They're going in the hole and then straight out of the hole. And it should be going in the hole and then passing under here and then to the next hole on top. So it's like over, under, but he's got them all going over, which doesn't make sense. It hurts my brain because I'm, yeah. Like, what's wrong? Something does not make sense here. Gotta fix that. Okay, so these are really close. Close here. Okay. Good. Good enough. And then also we're gonna have these fun little lines here. Should pull those lines and not push them, but I'm not gonna be able to get my paper over here without hitting something over there. Just a little hint at it. All right, so that's, oh wow, that's my number 2. My number 2 is new, so it's very, very thin, very fine. I think I'm gonna use a 1 on the laces. So, all right. So the upward lace will be going, well, no, so it goes, okay, you go up and then under and then through. So yeah, the ones that are going across should be all the way across and out. And you got the other ones that are going under. So if I do all these over, I should be good. So that is the plan. Over, under. All right. So this one should be going here. Laces are not easy, man. Laces are like, man, give me a headache. I'm gonna make them, I'm going thin because I don't want them to be super chunky. They're pretty chunky right now. Pretty chunky. All right, so those are over. That'll be under. All right, so that should, in theory, that should work. Now I'm gonna go this. All right, and then this here. Okay, now this passes under like that. All right. just a slight modification. Somebody's gonna be looking at these laces and they're gonna be like that, and they're gonna be like, that doesn't work. Unless he's got 2 sets of laces, that doesn't work. So that helps my brain. This is how laces should be in reality. So we're gonna do them like realistic. Doing realistic laces here. All right. All right, I'm gonna get my 8 here. I'm gonna add some shadows. All right, something like that. All right, that's a fun boot. There we go. Ink and a boot. Wonderful fun, ink and boots. All right, so the next one, let's do this again. Let's go. We did a 1 on the laces. Back to the 1 again. All right, so same thing. We're gonna do over and then under. Try and keep them about the same size. I feel like these ones are closer and tighter than the other boot. But hopefully nobody notices. Oh yeah, I forgot to add this here. Okay, so here. There. All right. Okay. So this is going to be something here. All right, going a little thinner than he did. Oh yeah, so actually, right? No. Oh, okay. Yeah, I did it wrong too. Gosh, laces are stupid funny. All right, so it should be over, and then this one is over, and then when it comes underneath, it's going. Yeah, see, this is different than that one. That one's going over. I don't even know, man. Forget it. I should have a pair of boots I'm looking at, but anywho. All right, so the rest are going to be under. Yeah, if it's coming out the top, it should be going underneath behind it. So that makes sense. I switched it there. All right, no one's gonna know unless they're really looking, or if they're watching my stream. They'll never know. All right. Oops. Yeah, it's funky. All right, so passing behind. Passing behind. All right, there we go. Wonderful fun with some boots, laces, and such. All right. I'm adding a little bit here just to kind of spice it up a bit. Just kind of little embellishments. Because the pants are nice and detailed, the jacket's nice and detailed, and then the boots will be nice and detailed. Should work. Went out with my wife this morning, had a little date, played pickleball, and then got coffee. Pickleball's fun, man. It's like a cross between tennis and like ping pong. Now, that sounds crazy, but that's what it is. So we met a guy today. We kind of drove all over town. The first place we went, there was a ton of people playing, so there wasn't like, we didn't have a lot of time. So like, we need an open court here. So we drove to the next town over. Found it wasn't a pickleball court, but it was a tennis court, and we started playing. And then a guy shows up, and he was like, wanting to use it for tennis. But he's like, yeah, I teach pickleball, and all this stuff. And he's like, yeah, I could tell you a little bit about it. And so he's like going all the way back. I thought he was just gonna give us some like tips. He's like, let me tell you the history of pickleball. He's like, this family invented it up in Washington in don't even remember now, 90 something. I forget, but it's a recent thing. It's like, yeah, they did a badminton court for their kids, and the badminton wasn't working out because they're just badminton's, I don't know, it's kind of lame actually. If you ever played it, kind of lame. So they're like, so then they lowered the net, and then they're like, you know what, let's make paddles. Instead of hitting the badminton, we're gonna get some balls. So pickleball was invented, and so then he's like telling us the rules and this and that and all this other stuff, and it was cool. His name was Mark. He was a nice guy. So yeah, because there are some different rules for pickleball, but it's very fun. If you like tennis can be very, like, you got to be, it's like harder to hit the ball, and it just requires more, I think, technique and practice and stuff. But pickleball, not so much. It's more fun. It's not, don't need to, have as much technique or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, so I think me and my wife are gonna try and start playing more. Little fun activity we can do together. Yeah. All right, let's get this over here. All right, this one is not spaced out properly. Okay. Gotta keep that going down. Something like that. Okay. All right, let's add some. Normally I'd stay away from adding anything in the middle area, but let's go for it. It's a pretty big boot, so let's do it right. Let's add some shadows. Make it look good. All right, let's do some of this right here. All right. Let's go in with the 2. Add a little bit here. All right. Little details. Let's go brush. Skip around again. Don't know why, just because I see something and my eye goes to it, and I'm like, all right, yeah, I'm gonna do something over there. All right. Lots of pretty details, man. This Allan Goldman, he's pretty good. Pretty good. So. That's here. All right. Now I'm gonna do the good old. Let's see, do I want to use a 2 or 3? I'm gonna go 3. I'll go 2 over here. Actually, 1. So I'm gonna do kind of. That's the edge of the shadow. That's where it's gonna stop. And I'm gonna. One of those. If I want it darker, just add a little bit more. Do that. All right, that's gonna be black. This is gonna be in shadow as well. So we're gonna do. Do that. Maybe black. make this a little darker here. All right. We got some little tiny details over here. Right, got some more boots. Since we're doing the boots, let's just go ahead and do this boot, shall we? And we're gonna do it the same as the other one. Just make it even. We're gonna go keep it the one. Okay. Here. And then, yeah, this is going to be behind as well. So just go like that. Let's draw the grommets. I know laces aren't exactly what I'd call mechanical, but drawing this kind of stuff is kind of like mechanical. I'm not working like worried about my line weight. I'm just kind of just drawing it. Yeah, it's not too focused on that kind of stuff. Just getting it down, getting the lines down, kind of mechanical in my approach. Then when I come over here, now I'm focused on more the organic feel of it. Got some lines over here. Wait, got that down. Now I'm just gonna make it darker towards the bottom. All right. Lots of straps. He is strapped. Commander Noble, he's got the guns, man. He's got the guns. Not so much brazen, but definitely Commander Noble. All right. Cool deal. All right. Let's see here. We got the boots done. Now we're going to head back over here. Let's work up this pant leg here. And I got an email. All right. All right, let's do this. We're just gonna draw some lines in here, darken this up. All right. All right. Got some dark spot there. Darker spot there. Okay. Okay. Let's do this strap thing here. Just go with the 3. I added this just because I felt the leg was too bare in contrast to everything else. He's got so much gear, and then all of a sudden he's got a big pocket here, and then this bare leg. I thought, you know what? Let's add an extra little strap on this leg. All right. Now let's go with the 1. All right, I got these things here. Now let's go this. All right. Lots of stuff to try and make sense of here. All right. Now we got, so this got some shadow of this muscle here. So let's work on that a bit. Some muscle here. Let's do a shadow here. So we got, let's see here, got these shadows here. I'm gonna use my 5 on this. So these are gonna go this way. This shadow is gonna go this way. And then we're gonna converge that there and go like this here. And then some there. What do we got here? What do we got here? Okay, so we've got this here. This is gonna be dark. It's got dark here. All right, and then we got these lines coming up here. And then these ones here. Something like that. And I can use whiteout to kind of pick out any folds or whatever that I want to highlight there. Okay. Because these are going this way, I'm gonna keep this going this way. Keep that going, and then bring it up on top. That's my plan. That's my plan. And then I will white out whatever I need to there. He's got some hatching here. It's basically doing the same thing. It's just different direction. All right, and then we've got this here. What else here? What else? Let's go. We'll keep going with the 5. Okay, it's enough with the 5. Let's go to the 1, and the rest is going to be very light lines. These will kind of mimic the lines up here in the t-shirt. They're very light, so should complement each other nicely. There we go. Get some. Let's do, you know what? All right. I was using the 1 on those small lines, but because underneath this leg is pretty dark, we're going to use a 5, and we're going to bring these closer together. That way it's kind of similar in its darkness. You can draw some more if we want to darken it a little bit more. Kind of match the darkness that's going on there. And then up here, go with the 2. Something like that. How's that focusing? Does that look all right? Bam. There we go. That's pretty much done. Just gotta white out there. Fix right here. Let's see, where's my 5? All right, well, that's looking good. Now, let's finish up this arms, plural. Do some arms, face. Great. All right. Not touching the face yet. Not yet. And let's see. Let's do the bandana. So the bandana again. It's got lots of little lines on it. See that? So because we did a lot of little lines, tiny lines on the shirt, we're gonna keep that going. Do a lot of little lines on there. So I kind of like to keep a good, if you heavy black here. The face is probably going to be, he did a lot of shading, so that's probably going to be like it's going to be kind of dark, right? So add some light stuff up here. I got to do a little bit more on the hair too. And do that while I'm looking at it. Just like contrast, if everything looks exactly the same, it's, not a good contrast. You want to keep your eyeball moving around. I don't know if some of this is hair or not. Probably. Got a little bit of hair going over there. All right, now this. Some of this kind of reminds me of what's his name? He's like an Italian guy. Man, my first thought was Placencia, but that's not it. It's what's his name? Man, it's on the tip of my tongue. Starts with a P. His last name starts with a P. Allan. Had it, and I lost it. Lots of kind of like lines like this, almost. Not a whole lot of shading, but just like a lot of lines. I gotta look that up now. It's gonna bug me. I have a bunch of his books that I got signed. He was doing stuff with Aspen. It was called Genie. Let me check it out. It's gonna bug me now. I gotta find out. else. Oh, Journey? G-I-R. Yeah, okay, here it is. Paulo Pantalina. There you go. Pantalina. I could not think of it. It's, I thought it was Genie, but it's J-I-R-N-I. Journey. Genie? I don't know. Genie with a J? I guess that makes sense. G, but it's J-I-R, so Journey. All right, I was saying it wrong this whole time. But this is a sweet looking cover. Boom, boom, boom. Pant is his, that's how he signs his work. Pantalina. But this kind of reminds me of his stuff. All right, anywho, let me get some coffee. I need some coffee. My brain ain't working. Got some coffee from the coffee corner this morning. Pretty good. It's peanut butter, chocolate peanut butter mocha. Not too bad. Not too bad. All right. So got that done. I think that looks pretty good. We're gonna keep that there. I'm gonna beef up these lines here so this stands out a little bit more over the hair. I think that looks pretty good. Looks like what he was going for. I like it. On his shirt, I might throw like some kind of something on there. Like a little "Don't Tread on Me." Something like that. We'll see. All right. Before I ink this arm, I'm going to ink some of this. Clips and straps and all kinds of coolness. It just makes it more fun, man. More fun to look at. It is dope. All right. Let's go. This. All right, let's go with these lines here. Not super uniform, just, kind of. Something like that. Gaps and holes and coolness. Yeah, it's definitely just inking it. I'm getting a lot of David Finch vibes. It's cool, man. It's cool. I'll dig it. All right, let's do this hand. All right, I should bust out my brush again, but we're gonna fake a brush look here. This 3 micron. All right, back is over here. This that's massive. Oh, that's awesome. All right, let's go back over here. This gun is massive. Melissa, what's going on? Tomb, we got a Tomb in the house too. What's going on, Tomb? These are such fine inks. Thank you. Thank you again for the stickers. They're awesome. Yeah. no problem. Just talking about these sweet D&Q crew stickers. Yeah, I made these a while back for Drawn and Quartered. So it's for the D&Q crew. Henry Jamek. Hey Eric, who are some of your favorite artists? Even the ones who have not directly influenced your style. Well, that's a hard question. I feel like all the artists I admire, I feel like in some way that all kind of contribute a little bit. But lots to think about. So my favorites are Mark Silvestri, Jim Lee. Probably you could tell that. But then there's what's his name? Chris Bacalo, Joe Mad. So their styles are kind of like harder to put into my style. But oh, by the way, I didn't draw this. This is Allan Goldman, but I'm doing the inks on it. So this is not mine. But yeah. So those guys, J. Scott Campbell, Brett Booth. Who else? And then too, like the inkers, right? Because the inkers play a big role in making their stuff look cool. So like Matt Banning. I was looking at some of his work yesterday. Alex Gardner, he's awesome. His lines are so crisp and clean, man. Yeah, his stuff is really good. Yeah, who else? Artie Bear, excellent inker. Yeah, just so many. And then they're all using different tools and stuff. Some use brush, some use Croquill, whatever. So yeah, just all those guys inspire me big time. Can't think of anyone else off the top of my head, but that would probably be it. But yeah, just trying to make this look crisp and clean and beautiful. That's all. All right. So yeah, hope that answers your question. And then some other guys that I really like who don't necessarily influence me, but I've checked out their work. Aaron Lopresti, he's got a very nice style. Really like his stuff. Who else? Trying to think. I really like Greg Capullo's work. He's kind of like, a product of the 90s too, but I wouldn't say I, tend to draw like him necessarily. Maybe like his earlier stuff, but when he was working for Marvel. But then he kind of went more like with that Spawn type style. But yeah, I've been checking out. I bought the new Wolverine Revenge, I think it is. I got the first issue. Yeah, it's kind of different. Sometimes I really like Greg Capullo stuff, and other times I'm like, and I feel like this is kind of like that, kind of feeling I got when I was looking through it. But what I really found interesting was that they went, if you've seen it, probably have it somewhere floating around, but it's gonna take me too long to find it. Like all the characters that they used. Here it is. Boom. Boom. Sorry. Of the artists who would you most like to go bowling with? That's a good question. I'd like to go bowling with Aaron Lopresti. I'd go with Mike Miller. He's close. He's local. We're good pals. He's fun. Who else? Go bowling with. That's a great question. Man, any of the Graybeard Studios guys, Artie Bear. Who else? Matt Cosson. He's fun. Who else? Some of these guys I know, some of them I don't. Some of them I've met Aaron Lopresti a few times. I've met Artie Bear at cons. So they're fun, easy to talk to. Just to hear their stories and stuff, that'd be really fun. Who else? Blah 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 blah. Man, can't think of anybody else right now. I mean, it'd be cool to go bowling with like Jim Lee and those guys. That'd be fun. But I'd be a little intimidated, I think. I'd be too starstruck. I've met them as well. I've actually, this past San Diego Comic-Con, I went to a panel, and Mark Silvestri was there. And afterwards, he was like taking pictures with some people, and they're dressed up as Witchblade and stuff. So he was like, 5 feet from me taking pictures. And yeah. But, to be able to like sit down and talk to him, that'd be cool. But a little intimidating, but fun. It'd be cool. But yeah. I think I answered all those questions. I was talking about something else before I looked at that comment, and I got sidetracked. So I apologize if I'm scatterbrained, guys. I really am. I was talking about something else. That's just me. That's how I ink too, man. Scattered all over the place. I don't stay in one spot too long. So let's see here. Let's go with some brush inks. I think we're talking about influences, like other guys, something like that. But yeah. So doing conventions, I've been able to meet a lot of people. Haven't really been able to talk to them though. That's the only, the bummer. I was at a show with Chris Boccolo, a guy who was getting stuff from me. We were talking, and I think I saw he had like a bunch of comics, and I was like, "Oh, sweet, you getting those signed?" He's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Dude, can you do me a big favor and like go take these over to Chris Boccolo for me? Because I'm like stuck at my table." So he took a stack of books over to him and got them signed for me. So that's kind of lame. When I'm like stuck at my table, I can't leave. That was Comic Revolution in Ontario, California. Chris Boccolo is going to be at the next one, actually. I saw that. They announced that. I don't think it passed. I think it's next year. I don't remember. Anyway, Chris Boccolo doesn't do a whole lot of conventions, I've heard. So he's going to be at that one. So that'll be cool. If you guys haven't heard my story, he was selling some books, and I got a trade paperback of Steampunk. And I'm a big fan of his, right? So he mailed it from his home address. So I sent him a picture that I drew of Steampunk, and was just like, thank you, blah, blah, blah. I wrote a little note. And then, so I sent that to him, and then he sent me back his own artwork of Steampunk, like a little, something on like a comic book backing board. So that was awesome. Like, that's cool. I wasn't expecting anything back. I just wanted to be like, dude, you're awesome. I love your work. Here's a little something. Because I was thinking, artists probably don't have a lot of stuff given to them, right? They're always making art, and giving away art, and selling art. But do they actually get art like that? I mean, maybe. I guess people do fan art, right? Send it in. But this was more for him. Not to like be in a book or something, I guess. I don't know. Anywho, I thought that was cool. So I've got an original piece of art from Chris Boccolo. That's fun. Yeah, it's cool. All right. What else here? Amy's in the house too. We got Amy and Melissa. I missed that. I missed you both here. Hello. Thank you for watching. That's awesome. You have to let sections dry before you ink over them. Don't want to risk smearing it. So sometimes it's good to move to another section and ink there. Yeah. When I'm penciling, I definitely try and like work from the top down, because then my hand's not smudging anything. But even then, it's still kind of hard. But yeah, you always got to watch out for that for sure. Definitely when you're laying down lots of blacks, like thick blacks. I feel like these dry pretty fast. So I don't have a whole lot of issues, but yeah, gotta be careful of that. It happens. I'm older, so my influences are older inkers. Terry Austin, Joe Rubenstein. He was at the LA Comic-Con just this past October. I saw him. Klaus Janson, Joe Sinat, Tom Palmer, Bob Layton, Alfredo Alcala. Alcala, Rudy Nebres. Man, some of these guys I haven't even heard of. What about is it Dan Green? Dan Green's a kind of older inker, right? He inks Mark Silvestri back in the day. I know some of those guys. Terry Austin, he's awesome. Yeah. Would it be safe to say that you were influenced from the Image guys? Definitely. Yeah, so I kind of, right when I got heavy into comics was in the 90s when Image just came out. So I kind of got into comics a little bit before then, was reading some X-Men and stuff, and then Image hit, and it was like, oh, done. I was just eating it all up, buying it all. So yeah, they heavily influenced by those guys. Chap Yeep, another guy, definitely influenced me. I got some of his work over here. I was looking at that not too long ago. He was with Extreme Studios. He had a really cool style. Really dug his stuff. Norm Rapman, there's a good inker. He's really good too. He inked a lot of Brett Booth stuff. Did for a while, actually. Now, Adelso Corona is inking him. Bowling is a deep subject. Yeah. Thanks, Melissa. Amy and I have a tradition of making little pieces of art for the artists or actors we visit at conventions. Oh, that's awesome. Usually drawings are Kokeshi dolls. That's awesome. You girls are so sweet. You're awesome. Very cool. Yeah. All right. Now I feel guilty. Like I need to do that more. I should do it more. All right, let's do these little details, but I'm going to bust out a ruler because he's got, here, let's see. Maybe, I don't know. Let's see here. I feel like, let's see. All right, I'm gonna do this. Rather than draw all the lines, where's my marker? I'm gonna go like this, and I'm gonna just go in between the lines. So that way because this gun is so detailed, I think if I add some kind of shorthand stuff in here, I think it might be better long term. So we're gonna try that. I'd like to add some darker areas in here. So we got like little stuff in there. So I could pull a little Mark Silvestri type deal in there. Add some shadows here and there. It kind of, when I like first looking at it, I'm like, this is like an old school like Jack Kirby gun, man. This is like crazy cool. But I want to ink it not quite Jack Kirby-ish. I want to do it a little more Image style, if you will. So I'm going to try and, same thing with this. I mean, there's so much going on there. So detailed. So I want to try and like do like heavy blacks and then add some tiny details. So like the screws are tiny. So it's not so beefy and bulky, if that makes sense. So that's my goal. I don't know if I'm going to hit that, but that's what I'm shooting for. So got to be selective with my thicks and thins. But so let's go. I'm going to pick out some of these areas. Probably should use a ruler, but I'm not going to do that. It's like this is going to be thick, dark. Yeah, man, I love the Image days. I just felt like, you know, they were firing on all cylinders. Like, you know, when you're working on your own creation, like you're very, you know, you're much more focused and maybe a little more passionate. I mean, I'm sure, you know, these guys drawing the X-Men and stuff, the stuff they grew up with and loving. I'm sure that was, you know, not saying they weren't doing their best when they were working for Marvel, but there's just something different when you're working on your own IP. That's like, I don't want to screw this up. And so, you know, I really love Wildcats like 5, like the Killer Instinct run. Like I feel like that's where a lot of these guys just kind of like that was like their prime of that time. So like this stuff, I got it right here. Boom. This stuff was just like, oh my gosh, so good. The coloring was there, the inking was there, the art was just, because when you're doing your own stuff, it takes you a while to kind of get used to the characters and everything. So maybe, three issues. But now we're on number 5, and it's like, then you get all these awesome pullouts and just all this awesome stuff. This is like, you can't beat this right here, man. This is fantastic. So I really love this issue and the whole Killer Instinct run. So I think this is just top notch. Jim Lee, Scott Williams. Not that I don't like the X-Men, Uncanny X-Men stuff, but this, this is my favorite Wildcats right here. So really good stuff. I feel like all the guys, even Rob Liefeld, Mark Silvestri, kind of like around the 5th, 6th issue is when it was just really gelling, man. Really great stuff from all those guys. So, yeah. So I enjoyed their passion. And a lot of people give the stories a hard time. Like, yeah, the writing was horrible and this and that. Yeah, sometimes. Not always. But, it was still really fun. For me, anyway. Gen 13 was good. Battle Chasers was fantastic. Then he even had some of the, Chris Bacalo doing Steampunk. That was a great story. Great book, man. Really, really good stuff. So you can knock Image a little bit, but there was some great stuff that came out of that. I am sad that, Wildstorm is kind of the characters that came from that pretty much done. DC is trying to like bring some of them in there, but even the recent book they're doing, the Absolute Power, like Zealot from Wildcats is in there, like maybe 2-3 panels. Like she's like hiding in there, man. Like she doesn't, I think she talks maybe once, and it's like, what's the point, man? What's the point? They need to just do they did a Wildcats run, but I didn't even like it, man. Anywho, I'm just, yeah. So anyway, they try to do stuff with them, but it just, to me, it never lands. It's never quite the same. They need to have like Brett Booth or somebody do it, man. One of those old Image guys, like that's what you need to do. That's what you got to do. Because even the new Wildcats run they did, the artist was like, when I think of Wildcats, I think of like 90s cool, kind of that 90s, that West Coast style, the cross hatching and stuff. And like they had somebody doing it, was like, what is this, man? This is like not what I think of when I think of Wildcats. So it did not do it for me. Art, story, just weird. Anywho, I'm venting, but that's all. Rob Liefeld is returning to Youngblood. I think it'd be awesome if Jim Lee did some Wildcats and like just restarted the whole thing. That'd be awesome. That's what you gotta do. That's what you gotta do. All right. So many lines. What'd I miss? Eric, I can see some Scott Williams in your inks. Very nice. Looking great. Thank you, man. It's a big compliment. I appreciate that. I think you could be less guarded on your own work because it won't have an editor come back and say that's not our vision. True, yeah. After you poured all you have into the thing, yeah, very true. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Don't forget about Pitt. That was next level, man. Next level. That was really good stuff. Yeah, Pitt was good. I liked Savage Dragon when it first came out. You know, just fun stories, man. Like, you know, the Savage Dragon was very simple story. You know, you got this dragon shows up out of nowhere, joins the police force, and just takes on other, you know, freaks and superpower beings, and you know, but like he would always put some like, you know, personal stuff in there, like he's in the hospital, he's meeting his neighbor, he's meeting like new people, and it's like he's trying to cope with, you know, having amnesia or whatever, like doesn't know who he is, where he came from, all this. So, you know, very simple story, but I thought it was, you know, it was good. And obviously the action and stuff was just fun. So yeah. Brett Booth's Backlash, I thought was great as well. Yeah, that was fun. I just finished looking through The Kindred again. That was a fun story. Grifter and Backlash. That was good. Yes, sir. All right. There's so many lines on this gun. I feel like I need to take a break on this gun and let me go somewhere else. I'm gonna go work on this thing back here. And then they're doing, well, even like, you know, Crimson, Danger Girl, those are fun. They kind of did that cliffhanger. Was it I wouldn't call it a brand, but a cliffhanger, whatever, you know, from Wildstorm. They had some fun stuff from that. And then even Silent Dragon from Lineal U, and I forget who wrote it, but I love that series. That was really fun. And that was only a 5-6 issue series. So they had some really good miniseries. And then Ryan Benjamin did his thing. It was called Phantom Guard. That was cool. That was fun. I enjoyed that. So yeah. It wasn't all bad. Nope, that's not even on frame. Sorry, hold on. Let me adjust this camera a bit. So many lines, little cracks and crevices. At least this is just this isn't technical. This is just throwing down cracks, making it look cracky. You don't need to, you don't need a ruler, straight edge or anything. Just go in there, go for it. When I went to art college, my one teacher, she'd be like, you gotta make it a plummy plum. Like, so you gotta draw some cracky cracks, make it look a rocky rock. It's gotta take on the qualities of the thing, so it's gotta look like it. Melissa and Amy, what shows do you guys do? Where have you been? I was going like all over the place pre-COVID. I was like doing a show a month, and I'd be traveling, flying around. Back in the day, man, I would be going to Wizard. Was it Wizard World? Yeah, Wizard World. They had shows like everywhere, man. Every city, almost. That's kind of when I first started. I was doing all kinds of shows, and then I kind of calmed down on that. Then I was doing about one a month, and then when COVID hit, after COVID, I was like, all right, actually all the shows shut down for a while, so wasn't doing any. But then after COVID, and the show started up again, I'm like, I'm just gonna stay on the West Coast, and the farthest I would travel is like Arizona. I went to the Salt Lake show, did that a few times, but after a while I was like, wasn't that great. But it was cool. I'd take my family, we'd make a trip out of it. We visited a few national parks doing conventions, so that was cool. Make the best out of it, but it's a lot. It's a lot of travel, lots of expenses, and if you don't have a good show, it's kind of like, man. So anywho, all right, I think I'm ready to add some of this cross-hatching up here. So he's got this angle. I think he's got straight. He's got this angle. And I think that's it. So this way, down. That looks like it. And then this is going a different direction, so I'm gonna actually keep this going the same direction down here too. But I'm gonna go thinner there, I think. I'm gonna go thinner. So let me ink this real quick. That, all right, and then not touching that yet. Okay, I'll change the music up. Let's see. Mostly Anime Festival, Orlando, MegaCon. Oh yeah, MegaCon. We all became hermits after COVID, though ironically, that was when we found our church family. Awesome. We studied the Bible at home before then. Nice. Cool. So was that after COVID? Started going back to church? Or like during COVID? Because I know a lot of churches shut down. Yeah, everything was like online for a while. Yeah, that was a bummer. Some churches didn't shut down, not all of them. Nice to watch draw streams again. Yes. Darmax, what's up, man? Question: the rock that you're just inking, the shaded area, are you going to freehand the hatching or use a straight edge? Just curious. I'm probably gonna freehand it, most likely. That was my plan until you said something. Now I'm rethinking it. So when I freehand the cross hatching like that, I want to make sure like it's not too, like if they're too long, yeah, I definitely like think about, okay, do I need to use a straight edge here? So like here, they're not very long, they're pretty short, so I don't mind that. I get a little overwhelmed when it's like really long strokes. But the cool thing about this is it's cracked and broken. So I could do it in sections and actually make it look pretty cool. That way. I kind of did that over here. I did that over here on this page. So rather than do strokes that go all the way across, because that's pretty long, right? And I get kind of intimidated on those long strokes. I broke it up. So I did here, did some here, and then I kind of broke it up into there. So I'll probably do something like that. And then too, it looks more rocky. It doesn't look so uniform. You know what I mean? So that's probably what I'll do. During COVID, we went out for church for the first time in years. Wow, that's funny. But that's cool. I mean, shoot. Yeah, that's awesome. How are you? Was that a question for Darmex? I think it was. Okay, so let's do this. We're gonna do this. So I'm gonna use a 1, nice and thin down here. If it's thicker, So it's like kind of like, you know, if you think of like a gradient, if it's darker up here and then thinner down here, that's cool. So I'm gonna try and like do a nice gradient. So we're gonna keep the same strokes though. So we're going this way, and then we're going across. Looks like that's all he's got. Sometimes guys will go this way too, but he's only got those 2 ways. So we're gonna keep that, and we're gonna go this way first. And I'm gonna purposely break it up. Just gotta make sure I don't see, I don't want to be too close together, because these are probably going to be, if you look at how far apart these are, I'm kind of going closer, so I gotta watch myself here. I'm gonna break that up. You mentioned Dale Keown's Pit earlier. You know, I really admire these guys that are inking themselves. Dale Keown's inks are like sick. They're so good. Yeah, man, his art blows me away. And then, you know, I'm gonna stop there. I don't want that to be too dark. If it's too dark, it's gonna mess with the contrast of his face. So I'm gonna leave that, and then I'm gonna work up here. So let's go that. And I'm gonna make this a little thicker, so we're gonna use a 3. And this is what we're gonna do. So, you know, kind of see the gradient he's kind of going for. So I'm gonna go, and these lines are nice and dark, so I can kind of use them as my guide, but I'm gonna go like this, and then I'm gonna bring them closer together up here. And then if I want to, I could use some white out and kind of pick out some of the cracks, but staggering it and not doing it all straight across, you're adding to the form of the rocks anyway. So that kind of helps. So I think it should be fine without it. Because when you start your line, if you've ever inked anything, you know, that first initial whoop is always a bit thicker. So you can kind of create mass by just going like that. So now I've just kind of created like a crack. So that's pretty much what I'm doing here. Focus. Focus. That doesn't want to focus. How about that? That? No? No? Maybe? There we go. There it is. So that's what we're doing there. All right. There we go. And then as I get down here, yeah, some of these strokes are probably going to be longer than others, but we're just going to try and make it look good. That's what we're going to do. So I'm going to go here. Trick is just make it look consistent, make them look pretty, and if it ain't perfect, it's all good. But I want to try and keep the lines the same width apart, and that should help all right, so far so good. got a little closer there. Gonna add a little something. Now I'm pulling, I'm not pushing. Again, changing the direction, and the hope is to get a little extra crack. There you go. It's a rocky rock, right? It's rocking, it's rolling, looking good. All right, now let's go this way. Let's see here. Let me take another look. Hold on, I'm not ready. I'm gonna start here. Yeah, one of the things, if you want to be an inker, you need to practice laying down lots of lines and making sure that you can do like a consistent, width apart, and just little techniques, thick to thin, light to dark, and just kind of like mixing it up. That helps with things like this. But yeah, if you use a straight edge, it kind of takes away from maybe the organic feel of it. So that's why I tend not to use a straight edge if I don't have to. Sometimes I have to, but it just kind of takes away from it. It's like more stiff, more mechanical. One of these streams, we were talking about how Scott Williams and his backgrounds on Hush, like he's doing the backgrounds and the buildings, and he's not even using a straight edge. Like this is a coloring book, but this is the cover to the first book of Hush. But if you look at these lines, he's not using a straight edge. Get it to focus. There you go. Like they're not perfect. So in most of the panels I was looking at, it's like, you see how it'd be different if you used a straight edge, because everything would be like super perfect and super straight. But there's just more character to it, I feel like, not using a straight edge. So as long as your guidelines of the lines from the pencil are good enough, you can do all this and just freehand it. So that's pretty impressive. He's freehanding all this stuff. There's some crazy cool backgrounds. Like if you look at these, most of the lines are not perfect, and they're freehand. And I think it really just kind of adds to the feel of the city. It's pretty cool. So yeah, it just works. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna try and not use a straight edge on my backgrounds for a bit and see if I could do it. So it's been a good little test. Tomorrow I'll be doing Fan Art Friday, so if you guys want to stop in, say hi. I'll be coloring I'm calling it the Sentinels. It's Batman, Wolverine, and Captain America. A recent print I did. And so I freehand the background on that. So if you want to check out what I'm talking about, check that out tomorrow. I'll be coloring that a little bit for Fan Art Friday. All right, I think I'm done. I think that works. So yeah, maybe just, could use some whiteout, just pick out some little stuff here and there. Add And some like little darker areas. There you go. Cool. Sure. Patches are tiny. Dale Cannon's pencils are very tight. They don't need inks. You can just copy it, make it darker, turn the pencils to inks. I wish he would draw more. Yes. Yep. Yeah. Yep. Some guys that works. Some artists it doesn't, for just going like, digital inks. Like just having the pencils be your inks. I tried that once. My hand hurt, man, because I was trying to press so hard. But actually, I have some of those pages over here. This is from a book. This was from an early book I did called Monomyth. So these are, I was using blue line and then pencils to like ink it. That's pretty good for freehand, right? That's awesome. But it's Scott Williams. But yeah, so here's like a 3-headed Cerebus. Got the head chopped off. So yeah, this is pencil. And here's the actual book. I just found this. So here's the actual, this is the book, Monomyth. So this was like my first indie book. But these are pencils. It's like digital inks. Some of the areas I did darker in Photoshop, but get some light on this. Dun, 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 dun. But yeah, these are pencils. You can kind of tell. Dun, dun, dun. Let's see what else we got. This is a cool page. It's turned out good. So yeah, some of the darker areas and like the panel borders, I just dropped in blacks. Here I like inverted it and stuff. But yeah, so that was fun. Yeah, I feel like some artists, like I remember Joe Mad did that for a bit on one of the comics he was working on. I think it was like Inhumans, and I was like, kind of works. But yeah, some artists I like it, some I don't. But Dale Keown, he could probably definitely pull it off. So it's a different colorist, but yeah. Yeah, it kind of worked. It saved me a step because I was like, you know what? I want to be fast on this. This is back when I quit my part-time job, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to draw full-time, and so I wanted to be quick, and I was like, so rather than pencil it and then ink it, I'm like, I'm just going to do pencils straight to inks with tight pencils, and that's what I did. So it definitely helped, I think, a little bit. But yeah, I used mechanical pencils because I was like, I like how you get that good edge, and it has a good chiseled edge to it. So I was like, this looks like inking. So I'm gonna use this, and it worked. I think it worked. Don't know if I'd do it again, or like do it on like Shadow Sentry or something, but maybe. This is nice calming music. So nice. All right. Yeah, Dale Keown should release like some kind of don't know if he has it, but like a pencil version. He probably doesn't even have the pencils anymore if he inked over them, but that'd be so cool. I don't see too much of his rough stuff. I know now he kind of does more of a hybrid, right? I think he does more digital inking. I kind of like, or he might be all digital with the digital pencils and then inks over it. I don't know. I know he does something, but his stuff has an awesome look to it. Very cool. I'll be honest, I didn't love his stuff when he was doing the darkness as much. I was kind of like, I didn't really buy that stuff. But yeah. But now looking back, I'm like, yeah, it's cool. It's good. I probably should have got it. All right. Skipping around again. Just going over here. This is Galleon. He rocks it with the swords or long knives, whatever. But they kind of connect to his little fisticuffs so he can snap them in. Have like blades on the back of his arms too if he wanted. Let's ink this hand. He does good hands. I really like Glaire's hand here. It's a good hand. You can see that. Oh yeah, I got the light on. Should probably turn it off. Does the light look better? Or does it look better without the light? I'm trying to figure it out. I feel like you can see the blue line better without the light. Then sometimes with the light, kind of gets washed out. So you guys let me know. Light or no light? What looks better? But real quick, here's the pencils. But you see that hand there. It's a good hand. That hand there. Very nice, very nice. I like it. Eric, suggestion, only the shaded area of the rock. You could always come back later with whiteout to enhance the cracks. Not important though, it looks great. Yeah, I could do that. I could do that in Photoshop too. Could. Yeah, some of these lines I feel like I could actually beef up. Like this one isn't quite touching anything. Yeah. So let's see. And like some cracks, crevices, and such. Yeah, you just don't want to muddy it. You don't want to add too much, and then it's like overkill. It's always like you got to know when to stop. I've learned. But it's hard. Know when to quit. Tell my kids that all the time. Know when to quit. All right. Cool deal. All right. Light maybe. I mean, you have to go with however much light your eyes need. Yeah, I feel like I can see better with the light. So if it looks alright to you guys, I'll go with the light. The other day I was kind of going back and forth, and like my eyes were bugging out because they just couldn't focus for a minute, so I had to like stop and like. Blah. But yeah, so I can see better with the light. So if that works, let's do it. So much stuff going on here. There. This is going to be black. Behind the hand, it's going to be black. I love Mark Silvestri, how he draws guns. Jim Lee too. I really like those. Rob Liefeld, not so much. He doesn't put a whole lot of work into his guns, I feel like. But Jim Lee, Mark Silvestri, like their guns. All right, so I'm going to use a straight edge on some of these lines. And how I make them look interesting is I try and stagger them sometimes so they're not like too perfect. And two of these lines are not all the same. This is going a different way. Yeah, they're going every which way, but I'm not gonna fix it. I'm just gonna leave it. Let's see, this here. Let's see here. Drop in some circles or something. Let's see what we're gonna do. We're gonna do that. And then we're gonna go like this, like this, like this, like this. Make some little shapes of some sort. Do this up here too. Something like that. Negative space, making something cool. A negative space. Got some cross hatching here, so we're gonna. And then I am gonna use white out here. I'm gonna go like this. Drop this down here. Kind of separate those two. And I'm going to make this the holding lines thicker so that way it doesn't clash with this back here. Sometimes if the line behind it is thicker than the one in front of it, it kind of throws off the, foreground, background stuff. So try and keep that in mind. Let's put this back. All right, how are we doing on time? 2 hours? What? All right, probably 5 more minutes, and then I'm gonna take a break. I did not have lunch yet, so my stomach's growling at me. But thank you guys for hanging out. Thanks for all the questions. I probably will be doing another stream on this today. I have to be done around 5? No. I don't know. We got a Halloween party we're going to later on, so I just got to be done for that. I got plans. I just don't know when those plans are. I did mention about that freehanding those straight lines and stuff, but for the holding lines, I think it's important to make those look pretty. because you can notice some more if they're wonky. So I'm not Scott Williams level yet, so I'm gonna use a straight edge on those. All right, this one. Circular stuff is kind of intimidating too, but I'm just going for it. Okay. Lovely lines. Just drawing some lines. Just throwing stuff in there. I don't even know what that is, but I don't know. Hold on. So this is popping up. This is popping up. So let's see. Let me just do something like that, and then like that. All right. Probably not going to freehand that. I'm going to use a elliptical or the circles, but I'm going to save that for later. Let me bring this back. So Melissa and Amy, you do a lot of the anime shows. There's an anime show near us. I did one anime show, and I didn't do that well because I don't have a lot of anime stuff, as you can imagine. But it was fun. I really like anime artwork, and I like the different stuff, but I just don't have a lot in my portfolio. So, but yeah. All right. I have a few semi-anime like prints, but they're not, they're very few. I did some Ruby, got some Ruby prints. I did one My Hero Academia. I've got a butt ton of Overwatch. I know that's not really anime, but it's like sometimes anime people like gaming stuff too. So I've got a few of the gaming stuff, but not a whole lot of that either. But yeah. I'm heavy on the 80s cartoons and Marvel, DC, a little bit of Image, but people don't tend to buy a whole lot of Image stuff, to be honest. Not the stuff I like anyway. What am I doing? I don't know. Let's go over here now. Let's hop around. Lots of muscles and such. He's got a big forearm, man. But it's all good. All right. I'm gonna do that. He's got so much going on. There's a muscle here that doesn't probably even exist, but it looks cool. I dig it. So we're gonna do that real quick. Just gotta figure out where stuff starts and where it stops. So I'm gonna check over here real quick. This forearm. So, okay. I'm trying to figure out what's what. Got some hatching over there. So I'm gonna connect this to here. This. Man, all right. Don't know what to do here. All right, let's. This is gonna be black. We're gonna go dark to light. So at least I know that. That's what I'm doing. But then here we got kind of like dark. I'm gonna connect this to here. And then there's some separation here, so I'm gonna color this black. All right, this is like Stephen Platt level stuff right here, man. So I'm gonna. And they're not even going the same direction necessarily. So got underlighting, kind of, and then some just shadow. So this is going to go this direction. And yeah. My phone's ringing. Potential spam. All right, not answering that. Okay, so we got that. Then we got this dark here. Got something here. And then this I'm gonna make a vein. He's got shading there, but technically that's the top of the bicep, so there wouldn't really be a whole lot of shading there. Shading would be under the bicep, so I'm gonna make that a vein. Okay. Then we got hatching, or feathering kind of stuff there. So I'm gonna use my 2. We're gonna feather this and then call it a day. So we got some feathering here. Let's do some here. And just here and there, a little bit everywhere. All right, this 2 is really thin. I feel like I need a 3. It's like too fine. Let's see here. Kind of gonna do some of that feathering, and then we're gonna do some of this feathering here. And I'm trying to think. All right, that's supposed to be black, I think. I'm gonna let's make that black. And then we're gonna feather this. There we go. All right, man, that's a lot of muscles in there. Just trying to make sense of all that. But that's where we landed. So it's kind of like you got your rim lighting, right? The light that's kind of on the outside. Then you got this underlighting. It's more underlighting under these muscles, and just a whole lot of stuff. It's we're gonna make that a little darker, and then this vein over here, kind of David Finch it kind of thing over there. Something like that. Something like that. This is probably a vein of some sort. So we're gonna do that. Just trying to make sense of all this stuff, man. That's what you got to do as an inker. What is it? Okay, well, there we go. Man, still haven't finished an entire character. Still going, still working on it, but we're almost there. He's looking cool. He's looking cool. So we got his legs done. Got some boots done today. Cool legs. Pretty cool. I dig it. Cool vest. And lots of lighting on that arm there. That's lots going on there. I think let's do some, make this darker. This darker. Because the glove is black, so let's make it kind of contrast. Some good contrast on that glove. We're gonna add some, just a little bit. I don't like to go crazy with the wrinkles in the fingers, or like the, you know, your knuckles have those crinkles. I don't like to go crazy on the crinkles. So I'm just gonna hint at some crinkles and cracks. Just like that. We're going, that'll be good. All right, let's do some of these lines here. There we go. Not too crazy. Not too crazy there. Let's draw a thumbnail. Thumbnails are fun. There we go. A little bit of crackage. Draw some shadows here. And that should do that. All right, we're rolling. Let's keep going. Let's do this glove. Do this. Finish this up. I said I was going to stop, but this is how it goes. You start rolling. You're like, I can't stop now. Don't stop me now. All right. Make that thicker. I don't know what that is. That's like a, it's like a little lever. You want some extra power? Push that lever. It's the fun thing about comics, man. It don't even matter what it is. As long as it looks cool, you can stick it in there. That's all. All right, there we go. Bam. That's a lot of stuff, man. That's a lot of stuff. And the trick is you don't want it to be too like muddy, or like, you know, you gotta have different textures and like bring out stuff. Like this is metal, this is just kind of bands, and then muscles. Like you gotta, everything's gotta have its own feel, texture, all that stuff, man. It ain't easy, but it's fun. All right. Before we get out of here, let me check what I miss. What I miss. Light is the bomb. All right, hold on. I got to go further. Light, maybe. Excellent hands. As for the light, everything really goes more blue than dark. I'm not sure details are impacted by either setting. Okay. All right. So far, I'm liking the light. I think it works. I think it's easier for my eyes too. So let's do light. Red light is supposed to be great for your eyes. Helps counteract monitor frazzle. Oh, did not know that. That's good to know. Light is the bomb. No negativity here. This is a positive space. Happy Halloween. Yeah, happy Halloween, you guys. Our plans are when the trick-or-treaters start knocking. Yeah. Henry, thanks for streaming and let us watch you ink and answering my questions. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, man, no problem. Rugged modern Western art is also cool beans. Western art. Like kind of like drawing cowboys and stuff like that, or just like today's Western art, modern Western art. When you said Western, I got vibes of like Western cowboys and Indians. I've been watching Horizon, that the newer kind of new movie that what's his name, Kevin Costner did. So when you said that, I immediately thought like cowboys and Indians. They are fun shows. You can always do sketches even if you don't have prints. Oh, that's true. That's true. Though anime is a bit younger audience and as such less money. That's also true. Yeah. Although manga, I mean, it's funny because I feel like manga, the faces are like so plain, and then everything else is super detailed. Like they go crazy on the backgrounds, and but I think that's a good trade-off. Like especially as an artist, you have something that's like, all right, when I get to this, I don't have to go crazy with the lighting and the shading and blah blah blah. Sometimes you can, but you got simple stuff on the faces, and then not all anime or manga is like that, but you'll find the backgrounds are super hyper detailed, and then like the faces are like just super undetailed. Let me pull this out. Some of my favorite stuff is Appleseed, like faces a little bit, then backgrounds are just like heavy hardcore, super detailed. There's this one, hold on, let me see if I can find it. Yeah, check this out. Bam! That's so good. That's so cool. And look at all the rubble. There's like little, there's a motorcycle just chilling. So this is so cool. So yeah, I love this stuff. But yeah, so you kind of got the trade-off, like not as much going on there, but then just crazier on the backgrounds. I really like Dan Seymour, his stuff lately, because his face is sometimes like, not a lot going on, but then like everything else is just lots of work, lots of cool stuff. Yeah. Well, I can't talk either, man. I'm super slow. That's why I want to work with indie artists with this level of work. Berserk being one of my few manga with comic book levels of render and detail. Yeah. Speaking of which, I finally got myself some Berserk. Dun dun dun. I was in Barnes and Noble and picked up hardcovers. Bam. Well, one anyway. Or do I have two? How many do I got? I don't know. I can only find this one at the moment. I was like, let me start with one and then I'll work my way through. But yeah, this is fun stuff. Crazy hatch in there. Yeah. So I gotta make my way through this. Yeah, Appleseed. What's the other one I got? Battle Angel Alita. Love that stuff too. So that's some of my favorite manga. All right, y'all. It has been fun. I will be back in a little bit. Just gonna eat some food and try and, if we can complete Ganon today, I would be happy. I would be very happy. So that's my goal. All right, y'all. This isn't gonna stay now. Stay. All right, whatever. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging with me. Till next time. Peace.